I think we're live.
Yeah, we're live now. What's going on, everybody? We're back. A2D Radio. This is Vetted. I'm Irving Fryar. That's Big Dog Hollis Thomas. Y'all hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Let's go. No notes.
What's up, my family? Listen, first-time listener, or you've been here the whole damn time. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, giddy up, let's go, no notes.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah! What the f*** are you talking about?
Well, we know what everybody's been talking about this week, but prior to us getting to that, you got a message for the people, Big Dog, don't you?
Yes, I do, sir. Fine, sir. We're here to talk about Royal Billiards Recreation. Is the ultimate game room and man cave for your ultimate game room and man cave needs. They're located at 515 Bethlehem Pike, Colmar, Pennsylvania, 18915, or you can find them on royalbilliards.com. And they're celebrating 41 years of providing the people with the best in shuffleboards, bar and kitchen stools, and the throne that I like, bars and tables. Don't forget the hot tubs and video games, and also pool tables. I know you thought I forgot to mention pool tables, but we have something special for you. There's a sale. We have a couple of pool tables on sale right now. They are the plank and hide 8-foot pool tables. They're amazing. And actually at an amazing price, that is, at $2,795. They are furniture-like, and with these they're furniture style and furniture-like, so they'll go great with any style room. And with this comes actually delivery, a local delivery setup, and accessories. But you gotta hurry up because there's only two of them left. This is a holiday special. There's 2 pool tables, furniture style pool tables, 8 feet, which includes local delivery, setup, and accessories. There's only 2 left at $2,795. Go on royalbilliards.com or visit the store in Royal Billiards store, 515 Baltimore Pike in Colmar, Pennsylvania. You tell them that you heard it on A2D Radio, and tell them that the Tank sent you. Oh yeah, take some treats from Marty too, because he's probably missing me. I got to get back out there to see my buddy. But tell them you heard about Royal Billiards on A2D Radio, and you heard it from the Tank.
Listen, 8-foot, $2,000, 8-foot pool table for $2,000. That's
furniture style too, though.
Yeah, but that's a great price.
So it's not it's just not your run of the mill pool table. It's furniture style, so it'll go great with your room. Yes, it goes great with your room, with any room in the house. So
what you know what else is great?
What's that?
The food, the meats, the cheeses, the wine, the soups, and the salads at Carlino's.
Oh, yeah.
County Line Road in Ardmore. Yeah, ask for Pat or Angela. They have quality Italian products that aren't even sold in many places here in the United States. You got to get there. They treat everybody like you're golden. You want to go feel good about yourself? Go to Carlino's. Taste some of their products. It's quality. County Line Road in Ardmore. Ask for Pat. Ask for Angela. They are the best. If I live closer, I'd probably be broke. Carlino's.
Either broken like me
every night, man.
Either broken like me over there all the time.
Broke or overweight. I'm not saying you're overweight, but I'd be overweight. All that food. The last goodie bag they gave me when we were there, we did our show from there.
Oh yeah,
man, I ate on that thing for like 4 or 5 days.
Really?
Shoot. Yeah, man, that was good stuff. It took me that long. I don't eat like you, man.
I could tell.
I eat a little bit of the house. You eat the whole house all at one time.
Yeah, that's the way I'm built.
I know you built like a house, so you gotta feed the house.
Yes,
feed the house with the house. Yeah. So listen, everybody, we're gonna look at our agree to disagree. Come on in the room today. I see we have a few people: Keith and JD Stroh, Little G Griffith. The 49ers are a better team and are better coached than the Eagles. The 49ers are a better team. A better team after that display. Do you think the 49ers are a better team and are better coached than the Eagles. What do you think, Big Dog? Do you agree with that or do you disagree with that?
I kind of disagree. I feel like they were the better team that day. I feel like
Okay.
he came out. It's one thing to. I feel like we kind of got pants that day, and I feel like we were ready early on, and it was one of the things that I looked at too, is we were ready early on, but then like once the game started waning on, and we didn't score those first 2 touchdowns to put them out their misery, they ended up being a better team that day, and they were ready for us because as you know, if you didn't know anything, they were circling this game. And
Of course, yeah.
it's not an excuse or anything, but given the gauntlet, and the guys aren't going to use it as an excuse either. But given the gauntlet of games that we went through, if I told you that we were going to play Dallas, Miami, Kansas City, Buffalo Bills, and the 49ers, and we were going to go 4-1, would you take that?
Well, yeah, that's what we were all saying. Some people
Yeah.
were saying, and in satisfaction, were saying that they would be, to come out 3-2 would even be, acceptable or in good shape. So no, we weren't expecting them to win every game in this 5-game stretch.
I think it was more.
I think
this to
it's
add
more.
go ahead. I was going to say this is to add to a little bit to help you out with what you're about to say. I think it was the fashion that they kicked our ass in.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
But and not necessarily just the fashion they kicked our behinds, because they came out. I mean, obviously, we're talking junk while they were in San Francisco. They flew from San Francisco to Philadelphia, walked out on the field in warmups, and were disruptive, just kind of walking through our drills, the Eagles drills, and bullying the Eagles, and then went out on the field and commenced the kicking tail. I mean, that was really, for me, it was embarrassing. I was embarrassed for the team. I was embarrassed myself. I was embarrassed for the team because the manner in which they lost the game. And it's not even so much the amount of points, Big Dog. It was what I saw on the field, which I'm sure you saw some of the same thing defensively. The lack of tackling. And tackling is effort, it's focus, it's will. It's whether you want to or not. And I saw some guys, making business decisions.
And the funny part,
particularly when Debo had the ball, they were making business decisions.
And it was like this is the part that the funniest part is like, so over the last 3 games, over the last two games actually, the defense has played 175 plays and had been on the field for 72 minutes and 31 seconds.
Right.
Now, if we'd have been playing complimentary football, we rushed the ball 9 times in this game. We were not playing complimentary football. If we had been playing complimentary football, our offense would have ran the ball a little bit more. We would have stopped. I hate when we get cute in the red zone. What the hell are we throwing in the red zone for?
So we got down there one way, and then we get there and we start changing it up.
Yes, and the one thing that if you look at it, this goes to your tackling. They had almost 250 yards in yak. Almost, it's like after the catch and then breaking tackles and stuff.
But again, that's like we mentioned earlier. You did too. That's tackling. When you're when you got a Debo scored his last touchdown. It was a screen to him to the left, and nobody touched him. He scored 46 yards away. It was a 46-yard touchdown pass that was thrown 5 yards, not even 5 yards.
Yes,
and nobody touched him.
I mean, some people touched him, but it was.
When did they touch him? I didn't see anybody.
It was
bad angles, bad pursuit. It was. I mean, I when you see something like that, particularly later in the game, you have to say to yourself, okay, these guys must be tired. They must be tired. They must be worn down. They've gotten worn down through this game. They got worn down through the process of getting to this game, having had played, in the first part of that gauntlet, and particularly the game against the Bills going into overtime. They played a lot of plays. So that I do believe that played a factor. But in and of that, I saw some stuff during this game that I've been mentioning for a while now that really got exposed in this game against the 49ers.
What's that?
Point being that our defense, particularly linebackers and Not necessarily Bradbury and Slay, because the week before against the Bills, Bradbury had 5 defensive pass defenses. He had 5 pass defenses in a game, and that's unheard of. He did get a touchdown scored on, but he also had an INT as well, and 5 pass defenses. So he picked his game up the week before. Slay, when you talk about Slay, he's steady. He's not messing up or getting a bunch of big plays thrown on him. Then you got Bradbury and you got Byard. Those 4 are okay. But then you have to mix in your nickel and your dime. You got Roby, you got Eli Ricks, you got not Cunningham, but you got Morrow trying to cover McCaffrey out of the backfield. That was so ridiculous.
God awful, yeah.
God awful.
It was horrible.
But he's a cover nightmare. He can't and Ellis can't cover.
Yeah.
That's the point that I'm trying to make.
Right.
And this is the reason why I would agree that the 49ers are a better team and better coach than the Eagles, at least right now, because of what we just don't have the ability. Not that it's a bad defensive scheme. The guys know what they're supposed to do. They're in the right place. They're just not able to carry out their assignment based on who it is they're trying to carry it out on. So we struggle physically, talent-wise, and Eli Ricks is a rookie.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. If he's a rookie and he's covering nickel or dime, I'm throwing the ball at him.
Yes,
because he's a rookie. I don't care if he's a first-round draft choice or not. Ricks is not.
He's undrafted.
Ricks is not. He's undrafted. So I'm definitely throwing the ball at him. Yeah. But even if the fact that he's a rookie, even if he was a first-round draft choice, I'm still throwing the ball at him.
Make the tackle. My thing is make the tackle. I didn't like the fact that we missed so many tackles, and I just felt like it was a thorough bludgeoning. They took us out to the shed and whooped us. Now some people. Now this is what I will say though. Is when the people were talking the trash about this solidifies what they said last year. No, the hell it don't. It don't solidify what you said last year.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, get the
because
hell out
you don't know what we were a different team. They were a different team last year, so you don't know what would have happened in that game.
You got one of our guys on your squad, and we don't have the same secondary, so it doesn't atone for last year. But the fact that, and I feel like the team, the older guys on the team should have known that when the Trumps was talking all that crap throughout the entire year, throughout the entire offseason, I was like, dude, you guys lost. And this is the part where I beg to differ on the coaching part. Your coach will, and he's going to get Purdy hurt again. So I was like, no, because that's what the stuff that he's going to live fantasy free. He's going to get Purdy hurt again. He was in harm's way a little bit in this game, but we didn't have the energy or anything. I could see the way Hassan Reddick was running around that we didn't have the energy and we didn't have the legs to continue. It's more than the notion to say like we could just say that they 3 games in 13 days. Damn. It's like, but it's like it's said, but it's like you don't know. And given the magnitude, and one of them went into overtime, and it wasn't it wasn't like he was playing no slouches. So hats off and kudos. We took one on the chin from the 49ers, but you kind of had that coming, especially like you said, living fantasy free with non-communication of the defense and our offensive coordinator not having the testicle fortitude to run the ball more than 9 damn times.
I'm gonna get back to Purdy. I got to pay the bills real quick.
Okay.
Hats.com is the premier destination for quality and fashion forward hats and even more, y'all, with designs for every style and trend. Locally based and run by Philly sports team fanatics. Yeah, they love the Philly sports. Hats.com can help you elevate your hat, John. You know what a John is? A John is a noun, person, place, or thing, just in case you didn't know what that was. Utilize the easy-to-use guide at hats.com and find your perfect size and perfect style. Shipping and returns, if you order it, you don't like it, or you order it, doesn't fit, shipping and returns are free, totally free. Hats.com. Find yourself in a hat. Use code Philly for 15% off your order at hats.com. All right, we're back. I want to comment on you were talking a little bit about Purdy.
Yeah.
And how, it was being said by the 49ers that, well, if we had our quarterback Purdy last year, it would have been a different story. And them coming in and trouncing us last week, that proves that if they would have had their quarterback Purdy last year, they would have won last year. I disagree with that totally because you're talking about two different times, two different places. And I mean, not two different places, but two different times, two different teams. Our team was different then. Their team was different then. But I will say this. And I'm not saying it just because the 49ers came in here and spanked our behinds, but I'm saying it because this is what I keep seeing. People keep saying Purdy ain't this and Purdy ain't that. Purdy can't do this. Purdy can't do that. But Purdy keeps doing it.
I know. I
he keeps doing it. I mean,
I think he's a good QB, but don't anoint him yet. It's like
I'm not anointing him. I'm just saying, he keeps putting up, it was 4 touchdowns against us, 374 yards. Say
what happened with hold on. Say what happened with Debo again. He threw a screen and what happened?
Oh yeah, he ran. But that's their game. But that's their game. That's their game. He throws going into that game. I don't know what the stat is now, but going into that game with the Eagles on this past Sunday, the San Francisco 49ers threw the ball the least out of anybody in the league. They threw the ball least, but yet still Brock Purdy was throwing for averaging like 260 yards a game throwing.
Because
but it's all most of it is yak.
Yeah, but it's run the pass.
But that's their game. That's their game, and that's why we have to tackle if we're going to stop what they do.
I know, and that's why Purdy will get hurt. Because their game is to run the pass, and when they run the pass, they leave people unblocked and they leave tight ends to block defensive linemen. That's why. See, it's the reason why the quarterback continually gets hurt is because you're counting on a person who's a pass catcher to block a grown man.
Right.
And that's what happens. It's like it didn't happen this time, but I can guarantee you, if we play them again, they're going to do the same thing, and it's going to happen again. And they were talking about the guy 71 because he was in the game when we heard Purdy. He was in there, and it's not like he's a world beater. But it's the one thing that I will say is they came to play this game, and they looked at last year's film, and we don't have the same defense as last year. But I feel like we should have ran the ball more. Every time we throw the ball 40 plus times, we lose. We threw the ball 45 times. Every time we throw the ball 40 times, we lose.
Well, let me say this about, and this is just an observation. Let me say this about our running game. Yes, we need to run the ball more. I agree with you 100%. I believe that variable, that aspect of football is never going to change. Mm-hmm. You have to, particularly when you need to run the ball, you have to be able to run the ball to give your defense a rest, to wipe time off the clock, to keep the other offense, particularly if it's a really high, powerful offense, to keep them on the bench. You have to be able to run the ball to control time on the clock and to control the tempo of the game. That, my friends, will never change. As much as football has changed, that will never change about football. You have to have a running game. Now, one of the reasons, just based on my own observation, that the Eagles are not running the ball as effectively or as much as they have in the past, one is because of Jalen Hurts. People are saying Jalen is 100%. I don't think Jalen's 100%. He looks to me.
How do we win the game in overtime?
Him running the ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, let me. That's my point exactly. Our running game is based on RPOs, run pass options that start and finish with Jalen Hurts, right? Mm-hmm. But when Jalen, and it's very effective when Jalen is a threat to run the ball, right? That opens it up for the run game, whether Jalen's carrying the ball or whether one of the backs, whether he hands it off to one of the backs, not AJ Brown, but Swift or any one of the other backs. that starts a running. That starts a running game, but he's not running the ball. He's not keeping it. He's not running it. I don't even know if we ran an RPO in the game against the 49ers. I don't remember even seeing an RPO.
But do you know what that has to do with? It has to do with our offensive coordinator not calling what the RPOs or anything. It's like, dude, I really think he's trying to put his fingerprints on this offense. It was nothing wrong with this. It's like if you look at it, I understand everybody's talking about something. Oh, maybe that's coming from upstairs. Bullshit. If I'm gonna get fired, I'm gonna get fired for winning. I'm gonna get fired for winning, right? Am I gonna get fired for
Right.
winning? It's like
No, you're not gonna get fired for winning.
exactly. So you do what you need to do to win the game.
Right.
You pass 25 to 30 times a game, and you run the other part. It's like Jalen can still run the ball. I was like, but if you don't try, we ran the ball 9 times. 9 times.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like, I don't think it, and it's like I don't think. Put it this way, I don't think it. Not even. I know it don't have nothing to do with Jalen. Will do what it takes to win. That's why I love the kid. He'll do what it takes to win.
Jalen, I think some of the RPOs that may have been called that Jalen has the authority to check out of certain things and check into certain things in terms of offensive plays. But I just, he doesn't. Just my eye looking at him, being a former football player, being a former athlete, yourself as well. We can look. To me, I'm looking at him, and something is not right with him physically. I know he's still stoic and he's still focused and he's still, locked into the game. But physically, to me, he's not moving like Jalen Hurts. And I think that has more to do with why he's not running the ball any in the RPOs and not running the RPOs like they were last year. This team is not running the RPOs like they were last year. You knew that's what they were going to do. And
we thought, I know, but now we have, remember, we don't have Shane Steichen at offensive coordinator. How many times, put it this way, every time somebody gets a job, and then they move up, they won't do it like they want to do it. And I still can't understand why this guy was in the room when we had the success we had with doing what we were doing. And it was like even in the interview today when I was watching Nick Sirianni, he said, yes, we do need to run the ball more because there was some people outside of.
I heard him. Yeah, somebody left a sign up said run the ball.
They were standing. They were standing out there with the sign, and they
standing with the sign. Okay,
yeah,
run the ball.
They took them some coffee. So because it was outside early in the daytime. So it's like the funny part is like come on, man. It's like you 9 times with the running back.
Watch this because Sirianni's kind of, I don't know if he doesn't make his decisions based on stuff like that, but he's very conscious of things like that. Well, I guarantee you, I'll bet the house that the first offensive play for the Eagles against the Dallas Cowboys this weekend is a run play.
And it should be because they can't stop the run. It's like
no, they can't stop the run. Yeah, they're very average against the run. Yeah,
and they run upfield like hell bent for leather each and every play. I was like, and if you run the ball down, they throw it or catch them. It's and catch them tripping. I was like, cause I think some people think that Jeff Lurie and Howie be calling down talking about throw the ball. This is not Jerry Jones. It's not. No.
But listen. But wait a minute. But wait a minute. I can testify. I think I might have told this story on this. I don't know if I told it on this show or not. But I can testify. And at the time, Lurie was the head coach. Tom Modrak was the general manager. But I can testify. My third year.
You mean Ray Rose was the head coach?
Yeah, and Ray Rose is the head coach. Who did I say? Modrak was the general manager.
Yeah, Tom Modrak. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the general manager. Lurie was the owner. I'm sorry. Yeah. And Ray Rose was the head coach.
Right.
My third year, we were horrible. My third year with the Eagles, which was my last year, Bobby Hoying was horrible. I mean,
remember I was there with you.
I know, but I'm going to tell you something.
Remember I told you Dana Bible used to take a dump and didn't wash his hands?
Yeah, Dana Bible was the problem that we were horrible. He was the reason we were horrible. I don't even know how he got the job.
Well, Ray was on vacation. They hired him while Ray was on vacation. Continue.
We're about 5 games into the season. We're just upside down. Things are bad. And we're in the middle of a game. I think Bobby had just thrown an interception. I come to the sidelines and I go, and this is speaking to whether or not, they're up in the front talking to them down on the field saying, do this or do that. I go to Ray Bob, and Ray Rose and I were very close. And I go to him, I said, Ray, I've never done this with a coach before, but I said, Ray, you got to take him out. You have to take him out. You got to get him out of the game because he's killing us. Ray said, I want to, but I can't. They won't let me. That's what he said. I looked at him. I said, what? He said, they won't let me. They won't let you. He said, yeah, they won't let me. I just shut my mouth and went and sat back on the bench because they that he was talking about was Lurie and Mojack. Yep, we got to read. We got another video.
We got a video coming up.
All right, hit it, Ralph.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, proudly celebrating 40 years and our new, bigger showroom.
Twice the size and twice the fun.
More pool tables by Olhausen. More dartboard sets, including custom reclaimed backboards. More bar and kitchen stools that can change a room.
And more bars, including pre-built and custom.
Hot tubs, skee ball, shuffleboard, outdoor,
and fun.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, your ultimate game room store. Now located on Bethlehem Pike in Colmar.
In our family, food is our daily bond. My nonna, affectionately called Mama by many, found solace and joy in the kitchen, sharing her love through delicious creations. She turned her culinary passion into a flourishing business alongside her husband and sons in 1983. Celebrating 40 years is a testament to our exceptional team, friends, family, and beloved customers. With gratitude, we look forward to the future, expanding our brand to share the highest quality Italian food and wine nationwide. Our heartfelt thanks to everyone who has played a part in our story. Grazie mille.
Grazie mille. I love that part of that commercial.
Yeah.
That's so smooth. I can't speak that language. Grazie mille.
Yeah. Now to what you're saying about the powers that be making those types of calls, I do know that. I do know that if somebody's in the trying to get something that they have to pay for as like an incentive and they're real close to it, they send ways that they take you out of the game.
Make a phone call. Yeah, they make a phone call down to the field.
Yeah, it's like trust me. I know that was one of my that was when I fell out with Andy Reid.
Right. Well, they're definitely they're definitely aware of it because I can remember my third year there. I needed 50 catches to get an incentive. I forget how much more money it was going to be. And John Gruden, not John Gruden. No, I'm sorry. Was it John Gruden? Whoever was playing call, it was oh gosh.
Was it your third year or was it your second year?
It was my second year.
Well, your dog was
no, because it was my third year. And it wasn't Gruden. It was Musgrave. It was Musgrave.
Yeah.
So Musgrave was like, I'm trying to get you the ball so you can get your 50 catches. I'm like, okay, how do you know about that? Because they're aware of it.
Well, not some of the coaches, when it's something cool like that, they try to get it to you, especially we were getting our asses handed to us. So at least you should get some money for it,
Yeah.
Like, so
get this thing makes it a little more, I guess, not doable, but
a little bit,
ease the pain a little bit. Helps you with your suffering.
Yeah.
When you can wipe it with $1 bill.
Yes. Now did you I noticed the communication in our secondary sucked ass. It's just like you. It's like I'm wondering what the communication was. Oh, this is what I was going to say too. It was the communication, and the fact that Jalen Carter was on the sideline crying after the game.
Yeah, why was he crying after the game? What was the issue? I know Sirianni was talking to him, but I know he got a penalty for jumping in somebody's face.
Yeah, and he didn't. He's like he was mad because he feel the way that we lost. So he was just pissed the way that we lost. And I had opportunity to talk to him. He's like, dude, it's like I ain't never lost like that. So
wow.
Yeah, so
what is your being a defensive lineman?
Yeah.
I still believe that the Eagles have one, if not the best offensive line in the league. Definitely at the worst in the top 5.
Yeah.
But what do you put your finger on in terms of some of the issues or struggles that we've had in our offensive line as of lately, other than the fact, Lane Johnson was hurt and he's back, he came back this week, but what do you attribute to their struggles?
Well, the offensive line struggles is pretty much the offensive coordinator not running the ball and taking the press, and we got to have another two offensive linemen or two. Any offensive lineman will tell you that running the ball kind of slows the pass
Right.
rush down. Now it
Right.
wasn't like it was like some of the route combinations in which he had they was giving us underneath routes, but he wasn't running underneath routes. They were running deep routes, and they were taking that away. And
Well, it's
he
like
had
we
time.
don't even have that in our route combinations. It's like we
Yeah,
don't even have crossing routes like San
yeah,
Francisco did,
yeah,
5 yards, 6 yards in front of Jalen, where he could just dump
yeah,
it to a guy and let him run. They'll throw the slants from the outside,
yeah.
which
But
is
it's
what, AJ Brown gets good yardage on. He
yeah,
makes good runs after the slant catches, but there's nothing crossing
yeah.
in the route
And
combinations
that's
that I've seen.
and then
It's real
and
vanilla.
yeah, but if you look at it, Jalen has immense amount of time back there to throw. But then we're not running the ball. We ran the ball literally 9 times. You know how you build the offensive line's confidence? You run the ball. Let
Run the
them
ball.
mash
Right,
lean
right,
on the defensive lineman. As I mean,
right.
so when it's time to pass rush, they don't know if it's pass or not because they've been getting mashed. But
Mhm.
if you come out there and they hard charge on Kansas whoop ass and red line, and you start throwing the ball right away, you play right into their hand. So
Play
by the
right into
time
the
you,
hands.
but by the time, and then by the time you run the ball, it's too damn late
It's too late.
because
Yeah.
they getting upfield, they destroying the blocker in front of them and throwing them in front of the running back. It's too late. You unleash the beast. It's
And then
like,
they
but if
trying
you,
to throw bubble screens to try to slow them
yeah,
down.
and then you try to throw bubble screens and throw them down. That's not gonna do nothing but make them salivate more, they're gonna chase them. They're gonna chase that down because you fed the beast. They know what you're doing. They got you into to where they're dictating what you can and can't do. Because if you don't establish, it's kind of like the first hit of the game. You're supposed to establish your dominance.
hmm
So
hmm
I used to try to make one of the first 3 plays of the game. I used to try
Right.
to knock the shit out of the dude in front of me
Yep.
and throw and
Let them
throw.
know
No, no,
this how it's gonna be all day.
no,
Yep.
no. After I knock the shit out of him, throw his ass on the ground and make the play and stand up and look at him. Let him know it's gonna be like this all day long.
All day.
If you
Yep.
don't do that, your day is gonna be long. It's
All
like
day.
all that. Some teams, what they try to do is they practice their first 15 or first 20 plays, and
Uh-huh.
they try to get you out of that rhythm. But if
Right,
you
right.
go through, if you do your film study and go through, they can't get you out of your rhythm as a D lineman. But most D linemen, we just come out there hell bent for leather and don't really have a game plan. As
I'm gonna
I
go back. I'm gonna go back to Jalen again.
okay,
When we were talking about the offensive line, you mentioned it that there were times in that game against the 49ers that he had a bunch of time. I mean, 4, 5, 6. One time he ran over to the sideline to the side. He had like 7, 8 seconds to throw the ball. He threw it. It was late in the game. He threw it back across the field.
right.
But he seemed to hold on to the ball, particularly these last couple of games,
Mhm.
hold on to the ball for a long time
Yeah,
and not make a decision and then start running
yeah,
because because the pocket is
oh,
finally collapsing, start
yeah,
running to try to make something happen. And then there were other times I'm watching him and he's standing there and he's holding the ball and he
right,
has time, but the pocket's not collapsing, so he doesn't have to run, but he'll take off running before the
right.
pocket starts collapsing instead of stepping up into the pocket like a Purdy might do, or like Dak does. Dak
Yeah,
Prescott
like
does that. He steps up in the pocket real well.
he climbs in the pocket decently. Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
So I mean, and they're supposed to shape the
that's
pocket so you can stand up in there and
yeah,
deliver the
but
ball.
that's another one of his progressions that I think he's been trying to work on. So I mean, I feel like if we run the ball more, then this conversation is moot. If we run the ball 15 to 20 more times than the
Mhm.
9 times we ran, then
Mhm.
it would be a different conversation because we threw the ball 45 times, and it's like come on, dude. I was like that first drive
It's a lot.
the first drive is like you don't run the ball at all, and I'm like come on, man.
It's a
And
lot.
you get down there and
So
you get cute in the red zone come on. It's
so
like you
talk
got to
so
impose your will.
So talk to me about this or talk to the people
Mm.
about this. And y'all throw up some comments, ask us some questions. We want to interact with you. Ralph, if you see something good, throw it up there. We'll try to pause and address it. Uh-oh. Devo, I had to get what you asked for. Devo 82, pressure to pass so much comes from Lurie. You think so? He influences the coaches against the run. And I agree with Irv. Hurts has more knee issues than the Eagles are letting on. Somebody smart. I'm telling you, something right. I agree with that. Something
Thanks
is
a lot.
something is going on with Jalen.
Ian. Thanks a lot, Ian. I know who that is. That's
you know
my
who it
boy,
is.
Ian. Yeah,
What something's going? I believe something's going on with Jalen that they're just not saying. They have not revealed what it is because he doesn't look the same to me. He hasn't gotten fat. He hasn't put on any weight. He should be in better shape this year than he was last year. So he should be moving as well as he's not moving, and they're not running the ball. And the running game for the Eagles is centered around Jalen. That's what makes it so good because he's a threat that you can't account for.
But when you look at the running game in general, over the last when we played against the Dolphins and the Bills, they were running run plays and it was centered around Swift. I was like,
he was handing it off. Yeah, it was RPOs, but he was handing it off.
Yeah, but it's like but it was just plays that because we have an offensive line that they don't need that threat. They kick ass up front. I think another thing too.
They're not kicking no butt right now.
Well, 9 times, 9 rushes. I mean, what do you expect? I don't. Now the fact that Dallas Goedert is coming back as well, it should help with the run game as well, and the passing game because those tight ends that we had couldn't get any separation across the middle like Dallas Goedert could. So it's like
that's what happened last year when Goedert got hurt. They didn't throw any balls to the tight ends.
Since Dallas Goedert got hurt, the tight ends have only had 2 catches.
Two catches
in like the last 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, that's the way it was last year when Hurts was I think they caught like 5 balls the whole time he was out. The 2 of them together combined. Listen, Shaq Leonard, he signed with the Eagles. Is he going to help the team? Is he better than what we have? How quickly can he make a difference? How much does he have left in the tank? Why didn't Dallas sign him?
No, he had a choice between who to sign with. That's the thing. He visited Dallas.
But it's been said, or maybe correct me if I'm wrong, that Dallas never offered him a contract.
Yeah, they offered.
Did they offer him a contract?
Yeah. Put it this way. Okay. Because he signed here, that's what they're going to say. Trust me.
But I heard this from people here. I heard this from people here.
Well, they want something to talk about. They want something to talk about.
They just want something to talk about. Okay.
Yeah. It's like
well, I don't know because I wasn't there.
This is what you must know. Vanden Bosch is hurt for the Cowboys.
Right.
They have literally nothing in the middle, and you get a guy who's smart and is in the right place at the right time and on pass plays to roam your middle and help solidify a middle that you know. And then also he knows Nick Sirianni.
Right. I mean, there are things that leaned in our favor, the Eagles' favor for sure, when it comes to Leonard, because he and I think
they probably
didn't he and Devontae Smith worked out together.
Yeah, but
during off season.
But it's like you also have to know it's like when you look at look at it like this. They may have offered him a contract, but I think the Eagles may have offered him a little bit more for the 1-year deal. But I think he felt more comfortable coming here.
Okay,
I feel like it's going to help out and solidify a lot in the middle from what we had, especially from what we had because when who was that? When somebody went down, Cunningham.
Cunningham went down.
When he went down with the hamstring, it's like, oh man, and it turned into a sieve back there.
Well, yeah, Cunningham was playing well. He's a good linebacker. He was putting up good numbers and as far as stopping the run and covering backs coming out of the backfield, and covering tight ends, he was doing a good job.
Yeah. Now Morrow's a whole nother story.
Morrow's a nightmare. He's a nightmare, particularly in coverage.
Yeah, and so I feel like he's going to come in and show up the defense a little bit, make sure everybody's on the same page, and I think that's one of the things that we truly need on our defense right now.
Well, I know he's been around for a little while. He's not what he used to be. He was all pro at one point, but we know he has experience. And we know from that experience, it's not going to take him long to do his recognition and in terms of recognizing what the play is doing and reacting to it. He'll be able to get that pretty quick. How long is it going to take him, do you think, to be comfortable with the defensive playbook?
It's only a game plan, so it's not so I don't think he has to get comfortable with the whole plan,
right?
The whole game plan. I think he just has to get comfortable with the game plan for this week. And
kill the quarterback.
Kill the quarterback. Stop him from passing. And I think it'll free up one of the linebackers to be able to blitz too.
Mm-hmm.
and so
maybe he'll blitz.
Yeah. Well, I think we need him more in coverage because I like he
based on last week, yeah.
even though like everybody's talking about, oh, you lost a step and this and that. I think the fact that when you get cut by somebody, you want to show them that you haven't lost that step.
Right. Well, I mean, we all know there's a reason. I mean, there's a reason he got cut. There's there's stuff we don't know about.
Yeah,
but my question is,
they got a young linebacker.
Right. My question is will he be able to come in and help this team? And according to the experts, according to what everybody's saying, him coming in, whether he's half of what he used to be or maybe he's more, 60, 70% of what he used to be, that's better than
way better than what we
already have.
Yeah.
Which to me is a slight to Howie Roseman, because how come we have not addressed these issues that we have at the linebacker position?
Yes.
We have skilled players that are great. We have offensive linemen that are great. We have defensive linemen that are great. We have even defensive backs that are great. How come we don't have high quality linebackers? You got to have high quality linebackers in the NFL. One, for run's sake, they got to be able to stop the run. Number two, they got to be able to run and cover.
Yes, cover. I think yes. Actually, we have to pay some bills. I don't know if you saw that. We have to pay. The next
I was just trying to get my point across.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ralph.
I saw you with the thing.
Hats.com is the premier destination for quality and fashion-forward hats and more, with designs for every style and trend. Locally based and run by Philly sports team fanatics, Hats.com can help you elevate your hat John. Utilize the easy-to-use guides at Hats.com to find your perfect size and style, and shipping and returns are free. Hats.com. Find yourself in a hat. Use code Philly for 15% off your order. Hats.com. Hats.com.
Yeah, Hats.com.
So what we're going to do about these Cowboys, man? Dak Prescott seems to be playing pretty good. They scored 40 points in the last 4 home games that they've had.
They played against bums,
points.
But they played against bums. But quickly, somebody had a question about touching on the Zach Ertz and whether we should sign him or not.
Can you find that, Ralph?
Yeah, it's like can you guys touch on Zach Ertz and whether you think we need him or not? I think we do.
Yeah, definitely. If we can get Ertz back here again, Zach Ertz, we can definitely lead. Just think about it, him and Goddard.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And that's like that'll be tremendous, and it'll free some guys up, and you can use the middle of the field, and you won't be pressed to use those other guys who don't seem to be able to get open like Dallas and Zach could. So.
I really thought that once that news came up that Ertz was Zach was available, I really thought the Eagles were going to jump all over and try to get him in here real quick so that he could participate in this game against Dallas. I really thought that was going to happen.
I thought that was going to happen too.
It was going to happen quick, but obviously it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen because he hasn't signed with anybody yet. But yeah, it would be golden, in my opinion. It would be a great move to bring him in here because, again, that elevates our team in that position drastically, because the other tight ends we have, they're just not.
They're just there.
One can block, the other one can catch, but none of them can do what Goddard does, and that he does it all.
Yeah. He does it all.
And Ertz can do that. He can. Zach can do that. He can do the job.
Just a little bit of blocking, but he's more of a pass catcher. But the way he pass catches, it gets open. It's it's the guys that we have. I don't think anybody has the trust in them to do that yet. So it's I think it would be a good move, but I don't know if he wants to come back. So
obviously there's some hesitation right now because it's been a whole week almost, and we haven't heard anything in terms of some favorable conversation at least.
Because you saw how he left. Because he wanted to get out of there because they had Dallas and they didn't want to do a contract extension. So maybe there's some I don't know.
Right, but you know what, he got what he wanted when he got when he went away to Arizona. He got what he wanted in terms of money. So he got his money. So now what does he want? He want to win.
Yeah.
and he doesn't have, I don't think that he burned the bridge when
No,
he
I don't
left
think he burned the
Philadelphia.
bridge up, but
I
I
don't
think,
think that they're bad feelings.
but I don't think, I think he wanted to get from when they got rid of Doug. That's why I said I thought he might go to Jacksonville
To
first.
Jacksonville, yeah.
Yeah, so it would be a good addition here, but I think he's more inclined to go to Jacksonville. That's just my
Yeah.
thought.
Well, again, if I think if it was going to happen, the trigger would have been pulled by now, and he would already be here.
Yeah,
So
that was
it's
another
more,
thing too. Yeah,
it's more than likely that he's not going to. So what do we got to do? What do we got to do to beat these Cowboys, man? They haven't lost at home for 14 games, last 14 games.
Yeah, to run the ball. I was like, you gotta get on them early and often. The one thing that I noticed is, you remember we broke out and we had the lead early, and they were pretty much catching up the entire time. They don't have a defense to be able to catch up because their defense is predicated on pressure from up front. But if you run the ball down their throat and get timely first downs and stuff, and get the ball downfield and stuff, and score, it puts them behind the 8 ball, so they will have to pass as well. And in turn, that defense is going to get tired. Pass rushing is one of the most strenuous things from a defensive line standpoint that you could do. And nobody's going to be able to do it the entire game. And sometimes it's like, if you're able to, because a lot of times you're setting the guy up for that one fatal move so you can get to the quarterback. So
right.
If they put you on skates, as far as like running the ball first and then passing,
Right.
and then to get to build a lead, it's like a mixture. You have to. They often say you pass to get the lead and run to keep the lead. It's
Right.
like I feel like it's a combination. You run and pass so that you dictate to the defense what you can do. But if you start out passing to get the lead and they know that, you kind of lost, because now they could dictate to you, because all it takes is a couple of incomplete passes, and
you got to run the ball to set yourself up to pass to get the lead.
Yeah,
and then run the ball to keep the lead.
Yes, and put a little mix in there. Don't get pass happy.
Right.
Like,
don't be pass happy.
Getting pass happy, it only leads to your defense getting tired. One, and then especially if you're not in rhythm or any type of rhythm, and you're not scoring. If you're scoring, by all means, continue. But until you start scoring like that,
right,
run the ball down their throat. Impose your will. Yeah, slow their ass down so they're not so quick to the quarterback. I think the one thing we have to do is get to the quarterback and affect Dak, and affect Dak so he doesn't have time to stand back there. And when you put pressure on him, you can make him throw the ball to you.
Right.
I think he's going to be comfortable because they're 14. Right now they're 14-0 at home. Yeah, so it's like
he's going to be comfortable. They're going to be confident, confident. Here's what I know.
The only team that they didn't blow out was Seattle last week. So
right. Well, here's what I know. What I know about this game, the Eagles haven't been beaten like that since. I mean, last time I saw that many points put up on him was Sirianni's first year, last game of the season against the Cowboys when we didn't play our starters.
Right.
And I think they put up 51 points on us. Then we went to Tampa Bay in the playoffs and lost to Tampa Bay. But the Eagles haven't experienced a loss like that that I know of since Sirianni's head coaching reign has taken over, or his tenure. So we're going to find out this game here. We're going to find out what the Eagles really are made of.
Yeah.
There were a lot of, they were winning games and not playing necessarily a complete game. A lot of people were pointing that out prior to the 49ers game, and everybody was happy because they were winning the games. Okay. But we saw in the 49ers game some of those holes that they were able to, mask at least and get by and win games. They were exposed. And as they admitted in a lot of their interviews, whether it was Sirianni or whether it was who's the center? Kelsey, whether it was Kelsey,
yes.
Him talking, I heard him talking on radio, talking about the holes and what they were exposed and all the things they got to work on. They got a lot they got to work on in just this week of time.
Yes.
So with all of that on the plate, we're going to find out this week what the Eagles are made of.
Yes.
Yep. Because I believe they're either going to win this game or it's going to be another ugly game like the 49ers game.
Yeah, but the thing that I do know is I know it's not going to be like another 49ers game. It's going to be how they react to losing like that.
Yeah, how are they going to respond? Because we supposedly believe that they're still a good team. It was they just took one on the chin. They had a bad day, and there were some variables that played into why that happened. 3 games in 13 days. The overtime game, defensive players, offensive players playing 80, 70, 80, 90 snaps.
Yep.
The 49ers having 10 days off and coming in. Yeah. So there were some factors that played into why, and they're real. Those are not excuses. Those are real factors that played into why the Eagles lost the way they lost that game, particularly in the latter part of that game. They were tired. They were. Yeah. They weren't pursuing because I don't think they really could pursue, and they were already at a deficit. You saw early in the game, Morrow trying to cover McCaffrey. You saw Eli Ricks trying to cover. They just couldn't. They couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it. And that's a problem. That's a problem again this week because we got CeeDee Lamb. He got 191 yards, 11 catches, 191 yards in the first game.
And it means what? Because it wasn't a victory.
No, it wasn't a victory, but again, it's the same issue. Can we play like that again? We're going to go back to playing like that again. Let teams run up and down the field on us.
And got a lot of their yards was after we had got the lead and they was trying to get back into the game. I was like to me, I don't bring up those. I feel like those are the guys who've never played the game. Like we could talk about like we need to do something about CeeDee Lamb, but we're not going to let him beat us. I was like, but we're not going to let him just beat us. I was like, but
we're not going to let him just beat us. But it's not just CD now. I was going to say Brandon Cooks is playing. Brandon Cooks is playing now. He's contributing. He contributed. He wasn't doing anything before. He got a touchdown the last 3 touchdowns. Last 4 games?
We got to come on with it. Come on. I totally get that. This is one of those games where this is the second time around playing them, and I know the guys are not going to rest on what happened in the first game because everybody was talking trash. Talking about they are the Cowboys were the better team. I was like, get the hell out of here. I was like, everybody's always talking that crap. I was like, man. So I feel like the guys are going to come out and put their best foot forward. And I think we're gonna have a lot better game plan, especially offensively, because it's the second time around, and you play these people twice a year. And it's one of those games, and you want to kick their ass twice so everybody else will shut the hell up.
Well, that hasn't happened since 2011. I know. It's been all the way back to 2011 since we, both won both games. So, again, it's a tall task for them this weekend. Yeah. But it's also a game. It's almost, I wouldn't say it's a must game because it's not it's not something that's going to knock them out of contention, but it's almost like a must game because if they lose this game, they go from the number 1 seed in NFC East to the number 5 seed in the NFC.
What now we split with them?
If they lose this game, they go from number 1 seed in the NFC to the number 5 seed, and then San Francisco because
we're tied. We'll be tied with them.
Yeah, but San Francisco has a tiebreaker because they beat us.
Yeah, I know, but it'll make us the number 4 seed. Because we still
make us 5. It makes us 5. Yeah.
If we
lose this game, we go to 5.
We've already split. If we split with Dallas, we'll both have the same record.
Right, but because we lost to San Francisco.
They lost to San Francisco too.
I know.
So we would be the 4 seed.
I would beg to differ. You say 4, I say 5. We won't be 1. Let's put it. Let's agree on that.
Exactly. We won't be 1.
We won't be 1, and therefore. If we're not 1, whether we're 4 or 5, we're not going to play at home. Yeah. We got to go on the road for the playoffs. The first one, but we got to go the NFC Championship. If we make it there, we'd have to go probably to the 49ers.
Yeah, who cares? It'll be good beating them at home.
I care.
To me, I want to win because it's the Cowgirls.
Well, yeah. That's number 1.
Cowgirls,
I want to win too, no matter what. We go down
and it solidifies and shuts everybody the fuck up.
Win by all means possible. Oh yeah, the Eagles win this game versus the Cowboys down in Dallas this weekend. This game against the 49ers is forgotten about.
Yeah,
it's forgotten about. But if they don't win, then it just escalates and magnifies the loss against the 49ers. That's all it does.
But it's not going to escalate anything. You know what's going to happen?
What's going to happen?
if we throttle the Cowboys, they're still going to talk about the Cowboys. If we lose to the Cowboys, they're still going to talk about the Cowboys. There's going to be no respect given. So it's like I don't even.
No, I believe if we beat them, if we beat them, we'll be There's going to be respect.
They're not. Will be respect, but they're not going to talk about us. They're going to talk about why the Cowboys lost or how the Cowboys lost.
They're going to have to bow down.
Trust me, they're going to be like, did the Cowboys lose the game or did the Eagles beat them? Trust me, I know these yahoos.
Well, listen to me. When the Eagles win this game against the Cowboys, there's no way that it will be that the Cowboys lost it. It will be that the Eagles won it.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to ball out. They're really going to have to ball out to win this game. They're going to have to tighten up their belts, shake the dust off, come out there, 100% chip on your shoulder, and ball out for 60 minutes. No holds bar.
No holds bar.
No holds bar. You got some history with you, bro.
I got some history for you.
Yeah, we ran too long. It's all right. We get excited about our birds. We bleed green. We love them. We want them to win. But sometimes it's tough from a player's perspective to sit back and watch certain things and not open your mouth and say something. So that's why we do this show, Vetted. Yeah. Because we've been there, done that. But Big Dog, you got some history for us?
Yes, I do. This Day in History is brought to you by Philly Sports Trips. For all of your tailgating and trip needs, go to phillysportstrips.com. And if you see the damn Skippy Club t-shirt in which I'm sporting, go to Philly Sports Shirts and click the tab that says Vetted and go and get some of the gear. The Vetted t-shirt is also available on there. Today is December the 7th, 2023. It's the 341st day of the year, and there's 24 of these puppies remaining. Today's national
That's all?
Yes, yes. It's today's national holidays is writing a letter day.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I'm not writing a letter. It's also
write a letter to who? Who you want to write a letter? Dear Abby?
Dear Roger Goodell, quit being so stupid. Cotton candy. Today's National Cotton Candy Day. It is also Pearl Harbor Day because the day is. I'll get to that later in the event. The event started in 1787. When Delaware is the first state to ratify the United States Constitution. Then we go to 1909, where Leo Becklin, he patents the thermal setting of plastic.
What?
Which gets the bake like this. The beginning. It's called the birth of the plastic industry.
Wow.
So, in 1941, the attack on Pearl Harbor, that's when 353 Japanese naval ships attacked.
Caught us with a pants down.
Yeah, caught us with a pants down, and there was 2,403 casualties. In 1972, there's a famous blue marble photo from the Apollo 17, the crew who were on Apollo 17. They took a picture of the Earth, and it's the famous blue. It was when they first took the picture. Then I got some birthdays here. Today in 1923, Ted Knight. You know who Ted Knight is? Remember Caddyshack? You remember the judge? Caddyshack, the judge there. And he also played.
He was on the Witch Calm show. He was on another show.
Mary Tyler Moore show.
Mary Tyler Moore,
Yes.
Yeah.
1956, Larry Bird. 1958, Ravishing Rick Rude. 1966, actor C. Thomas Howell. And my buddy today, 1973, today is Terrell Owens' birthday. Let's go, T.O.
Let's go. We got to have T.O. on the show, man. Can you get him on the show?
I could try to. He's got a documentary coming out, so I'm pretty sure that he will want to come on and talk about that.
Promote his documentary,
I'm supposed to do it as well. And just to let everybody know that this Day in History with Hollis Thomas is brought to you by Philly Sports Trips. Let's go to phillysportstrips.com. Choose a trip, tailgate, or one of our other events. We do a lot of things. We do all of the Philly sports, and we do a lot of good stuff. And then go to Philly Sports Shirts as well, and click go down and click the vetted emblem, and you can go get yourself a damn Skippy t-shirt or a vetted t-shirt or maximizing my sexy t-shirt. It's all there. Yes.
Yeah. Maximize my sexy.
Yes.
So I forgot so are there any trips left to go to Dallas?
Yeah. Well, actually Dallas is sold out, but there's some more Seattle tailgates open. I think the trip itself in Seattle is sold out. But when you it's some tailgates available if you get out there on your own.
Okay, get out there on your own, all the way to Seattle.
Yeah, well, no, well, people like sometimes people will fly on their own and that they be out there, or people from that area be in that area will be out there, and they'll go to phillysportsstrips.com and click the tailgate part, and you can join us on one of our baller ass tailgates with all the fine wines and cheeses and stuff.
Well, I have an uncle that's in Washington near Seattle, and I'm going to give him a shout to see if he wants to come holler at y'all.
Okay,
before,
sounds like
for the tailgate. Yeah.
See
if I can hook him up, get him over there with you guys.
Yeah.
That's it, y'all. Listen, we're in this game coming up Sunday.
What's your score prediction?
It's the biggest game of the year thus far. And
every game is the biggest game of the year.
Well, yeah, but this one just the
after
way
this
things
for the next one will be the biggest game of the year.
But the way it's panning out, man, the way it's playing out, the way it's unfolding is just, I like it. It's exciting. It's exciting. It couldn't have happened any better. It couldn't have happened any better. Don't be discouraged. The Eagles are all right. All that we may have said or I may have said that sounded negative, I still believe the Eagles are the top team in the league. We just got to believe that, get out in the field and prove it. That's all. Yeah. That's all. I believe the Eagles will win this game. I believe it's going to be a shootout, 37-35.
Interesting.
37-35.
So you pick 37-35? I'm gonna say 21-38 Eagles.
Okay.
38 because I think we're gonna have to score a lot, and I think that they're gonna try to keep up with us a little bit, and I think they're gonna get a couple of cheap ones late, but I think that they'll be so aggressive and so Cowboy-esque, and that's like I guess acting like they've already entitled. That's the best word. And
Dak has 20 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in the last 6 games.
Yes,
he's doing pretty good.
And what's the winning record of the teams that they were playing? I'll wait.
Oh no, everybody was 500 or less. We know that.
No, not even 500. Not even close to 500.
We know that they haven't beaten anybody with a winning record this year yet. But we also know that they're undefeated at home.
At home, 14-0. So it's like we're gonna have to break the curse.
Yep. So we gotta get in there and make it happen.
28 birds.
Let's go get it. Come back with it. We'll see y'all next week. Same time, same place, same purpose. Give you more insight about the Eagles win over Dallas. This is A2D Radio. We're vetted with Irving Fryar and Big Dog Hollis Thomas. See y'all next week.